Hello and welcome. My name is Wendy Tyra and I'm a training consultant at Wolters Kluwer. I'm going to take you through a video tutorial on how to set up your assessment within ISAM. You start by creating an assessment from your navigation menu on the dashboard. Using Assessments, Create New Assessment, or if you're already in the Review Assessment screen, you can select the New Assessment button there. Once in the New Assessment screen, you're presented with a number of options. The required fields are highlighted in yellow. They are the assessment name, estimated completion date, and assessment goal or objective. The answers you give to these questions on this page help determine what controls or domains are suggested for your assessment. For assessment selection, you need to select either domains or controls. Domains being the more high-level questions, and controls are more detailed and can involve multiple levels of questions. The assessment type choice is organization, system, or both. An organizational assessment is going to look at your whole IT organization, from access controls to HR, asset management, physical security, business continuity, to risk management policies and procedures. Whereas the system assessment will look at an application and cover access control, operations management, and information systems acquisition, development, and maintenance. Domain type will only appear if you choose an assessment selection of both or domains, and it allows you to specify a set of domains to assess with. The control version is applicable to controls and allows you to select the version of controls you want to use in this assessment. It could be controls based on high trust or proprietary controls that you created and entered into ISAM. You can only choose one control version per assessment, so if you created some new controls or edited existing ones, they need to be part of one control version. Next, fill in what your assessment goal or objective is. This is required. Maybe your goal is to conduct a HIPAA assessment to meet the meaningful use requirement for a risk assessment, or your annual organizational assessment. Whatever it is, document it here. This and a number of other fields with this screen will be included in the summary report, available from ISAM. The summary report is your final report, which contains the results of the assessment. Next, fill out the assessment security description or description of operations, which will also be included in the summary report. You can fill in a contact name and business name in the pre-assessment area if you want to. Moving down the screen, Define Assessment Scope Area is different depending on the selection of domains or controls or organizational versus system assessment. You will always see the Project Information tab, and this information is included in the summary report. If you're conducting a domain assessment, that is the only tab that will be available. If you're creating an organizational control assessment, the Organization tab will be available. The name of the organization, organization type, and first name, last name of the main contact for this assessment is required. Information entered on this tab will help the system determine what controls to suggest. When conducting a system assessment, the primary systems involved will be documented on the Systems tab. System factors are for a system assessment, whether it has PHI, connects to the internet, the number of interfaces to this application, the number of users, and transactions per day. All of these will help determine what controls will be suggested for this assessment. The regulatory factors is the last area to help determine what controls will be suggested in the assessment, whether it is a HIPAA, NIST, or a PCI assessment. The more regulatory factors you select, the more controls that will be suggested. The last area is the assessment settings. This is where you can override the system compliance score range if you want to alter the compliance ranges. Approvers associated allow you to specify an overall approver, but this can be done on the assessment staging screen. Approvers listed in here can see the controls or domains in the approval request section of their dashboard, but will not be listed as approvers on the control or domain unless they actually approve the control or domain. Control assignment enforcement rules is a way of tying a user to an asset, generally a facility or application, instead of allowing anyone in the role to answer a control. Once you've entered all the information, select Save. You can add to this information up until the time you publish an assessment. This concludes the Edit Assessment video. Thank you and have a good day.